Elvis, come here. Come here. No. No, you're not too happy with me then. I don't blame you. Was a little bit embarrassing, wasn't it? Oh, okay. So you have forgiven me then. Oh, thank you. Oh, hello. Hello. Okay, so shall we make a video? Shall we? Okay then. Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Book Time with Elvis, with me, Mark. It was very nearly, perhaps, Book Time with Mark only, as, you know, Elvis was a bit disappointed in my performance yesterday against Steve Donahue. I'm not going to lie, a bit disappointed myself actually, but as you can see from the introduction, he has forgiven me, of course, and has agreed for his name to remain in the title of this channel, so that's some good news. I am, of course, referring to the Has Steve Read It to Season 2 tag that's going around, and in my case, has Steve read it? The answer is most definitely yes, but I'm not going to say anything else. Instead, you can watch his response to my video. I'll leave the link, of course, to it down below. Needless to say, I did take a thrashing. My face hurts from the number of face palms, and I'm feeling quite contrite and foolish for having underestimated him. Though, I will say in defense of myself, I think I did try to fight the fair fight. I could have chosen perhaps others that he wouldn't have known, though I did underestimate the breadth of his reading, especially when it came to, literature from the part of the world I live in. So there you go. This is a Saturday assortment, and I have a few things to talk about this week. The week got off to quite a bad start, to be honest, in terms of bookish topics. I ordered on Sunday a couple of Folio Society books secondhand from the UK, and they were supposed to arrive yesterday, but because of the wonderful thing that is Brexit, they were held over for VAT to be paid on them when they entered Europe or the European Union. And so I think in the end, with postage, VAT and administrative charges for customs, I've paid more than the books actually cost me in the first place, and I'm still yet to receive them. So that's nice. The joys and benefits of Brexit, that wonderful thing that keeps on giving. Also, a little bit disappointing this week was the Booktube Spin, as I ended up with probably the book I was least excited to read, but I was going to read them all at some point anyway, which was Tropic of Cancer by Henry Miller. I'm sure it's fine. As I say, I don't know why, it was just the one I was kind of least hoping not to get. Sorry, hoping most not to get. You have to forgive me because I'm a little bit out of it the last couple of days because I received my second coronavirus vaccination, the Moderna jab, and it has kind of affected me. We got it on Thursday. Yesterday I woke up feeling horrific, actually, like I'd been on an all-night bender, had a worse, terrible hangover. But I did kind of Elvis actually pulled me out of bed to take him for a walk, and I did go to work, but I suffered for it later. And actually, I have to say, this morning I feel maybe a little bit worse, and certainly the pain in my arm is throbbing from it. Though the saving grace is, of course, I have been issued with my vaccination certificate, which means in 2 weeks when the pubs open and the restaurants open, I will be allowed to visit. So there is some light there at the end of the tunnel. Going back briefly to the tax situation, it was very frustrating because I had to pay VAT, so it was 20% on the value of the consignment plus 20% of the cost of the transportation, and as I said, a customs administration fee. So yeah, I don't know anyone else who orders books, will order books from the UK to the EU, but it is something, of course, to be aware of. Now, if you use a bigger company like the Book Depository or Blackwell's, I think it isn't an issue. It's covered somehow in the costings of their books, but when you use individual sellers like those from eBay, it isn't. So it is something to be careful of. It's a new month, of course. It's the month of May. April, book-wise, wasn't good. I didn't actually finish a single book. I'm almost finished. I hope to finish North and South by John Jakes and The Sixth Extinction by Elizabeth Colbert. I hope to finish those this weekend, so I'm a little bit behind. And HHHH by Laurent Binet, I hope to finish within a couple of days as well. So I've made good progress on them. I think I started out with 5 or 6 books I was going to read in April, and I failed to read any of them or complete any of them, but I will complete them soon. Now, this is the month of maybe Midrash, which I wish to partake in. However, I have only one book for that at the moment, which is The Liar's Gospel. I was going to read the In Defense of God or something like that by Karen Armstrong, but Tom LA Books, advised against it. He said she's quite dry. Now, I read one of her books about the Prophet Muhammad, and I quite enjoyed it, but it was quite a small book, so perhaps he might be right there. So I need to find a non-fiction replacement, so I have to look that out as well. So yeah, I do. I'm not going to lie. I'm still thinking about it. So I thought I had a better chance than I did against Steve, but yeah, I didn't. Well, I will say I'm trying to put a positive spin on it though, because I do think Steve obviously reads a lot, and although he had read a large amount of my picks, he did seem to enjoy all of them. So I suppose I could say that he's only confirmed the wonderful taste I do have in books. So, maybe I could look at it that if Steve hasn't read it, is it worth reading at all? No, well, who knows? Okay, and lastly, in this Saturday assortment, I started last week talking about the Mozart Marathon I'm doing, trying to listen to a Mozart opera a week. And this week I listened to Mozart's second official opera, Bastien and Bastienne, which is K50 in the catalogue, and it is a one-act, what they call Singspiel, and it's basically a comic opera written by Mozart when he was 12 years old. So he's a year older than when he wrote the first one. And this opera is specifically a parody of the opera Les Devins du Village by Jean-Jacques Rousseau. And the story is basically about two kind of childhood friends, lovers, friends, close friends, called Bastienne, who's a shepherdess, and Bastien. So you see they have both the same name, basically, male and female versions. Bastienne believes that Bastien has given up on her in order for her to find a more attractive female companion. So she heads off to her pastures to, spend time with her sheep and lambs and things like that. On her way there, she runs into a magician called Colas, who says he will help her win him back. And then ensues this kind of story where Bastienne makes Bastien believe that she's got somebody else. She's already believing Bastien has somebody else as well. And basically kind of comedy ensues with some nice music. There's a nice nonsense aria in there, which is done to kind of give off the feeling of a casting of a spell and whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's not my favourite, but it was good, and I enjoyed listening to it. And if you like Mozart and you want to learn more about his operas and things, it's worth listening to for sure. I'm not going to leave a clip because the last time I did that, of course, I fell victim to a copyright claim. But it's a bit harsh because I kind of was. It was only a minute or so, wasn't it? And though I know it doesn't matter, but I was kind of advertising the people who did it because I did put their link there and all sorts of things. But I understand it. So hopefully I'll be back maybe tomorrow once I've decided on my maybe midrash non-fiction read, and if I finished any other books, I'll be back tomorrow with an update. I do have a couple more tags in the works, but I don't know when to release them yet, so we shall see. Super. So thank you. Sorry for the maybe lower tone of this video, but as I say, I do feel a little bit wrecked. One, after of course the spanking I received at the hands of the master, which is Steve Donahue, but also from the injection of my second Moderna vaccine. So thank you very much, everybody. I do wish you all a great weekend and look forward to seeing you next time. Please do take care, stay safe and healthy. All the best. Bye, Booktube.